What is up, guys? This is our critical thinking project. I hope you guys enjoy.
The Chernobyl disaster was a nuclear accident that occurred on April 26, 1986 on the number 4 nuclear reactor in the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. It is considered the worst nuclear disaster in history, resulted when operators took action in violation of the plant's procedures. The Chernobyl plant did not have the 45 containment structures common to the most nuclear power plants elsewhere in the world. Without this protection, radioactive material escaped into the environment. After the accident, the crippled Chernobyl 4 reactor was originally enclosed in a concrete structure that was growing weaker over time. As of November 2018, it is now encased in an enormous steel and concrete sarcophagus, which is expected to last 100 years or more. Officials shut down reactors 2 after building fire in 1991 and closed Chernobyl 1 and 2 in 1996 and 2000.
The operators did not understand the inverse response of the process either. They did not know that the controls rods are lower into the reaction core. The reactivity does not drop immediately, but it first rises and drops only later. As the operators did not understand the process, they attempted to control a very fast process, which at the time of the explosion had a time constant in seconds, by slow final control elements. If properly designed automatic controls were used, the Cascade Master Demand Controller would have operated within safe limits. None of these conditions were met. In addition, the test was conducted under manual control, and all automated safety systems, both the emergency protection system and the emergency core cooling system, were disabled, which is a recipe for disaster.
The instinct that we chose was the blame instinct. With this instinct, we have to keep in mind that blaming an individual often steals the focus from other possible explanations and can even get to a point to block our abilities to prevent similar situations or problems to happen in the future. We have to look for causes of the problems and not people to blame, and focus more on how to fix what is broken instead of finding out who broke it.
When analyzing the tragical events that took place in Chernobyl, like my partner just explained right now, it is clear that how the superiors were involved and fell prey of blame. In a new attempt to approve safety tests in the already running Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the director in command, Antonoi Dyatlov, did not appropriately follow the protocol to carry the safety tests, and used his superiority to do so by leading the team in an improper manner. This was due from pressure coming from his superior, Viktor Brukhanov, that was promised a promotion by his superiors, and to make the tests go well, promised Dyatlov also a promotion. So Dyatlov entered the nuclear power plant control room with the pressure to actually perform, and because of this fact, he didn't follow protocol and led his team in doing inappropriate actions. And once they happened, even though he used his authority and was the one in charge of the safety and the execution of the tests, he didn't accept blame from himself and started blaming his fellow teammates and companions for not following the protocol when actually it was his fault. And that it was impossible for such event that did happen to happen. And unfortunately, this was because of something much greater, that was actually Soviet Union hiding information from all the people involved in this RBMK project of nuclear reactors. The Soviet Union hid the information regarding the AZ5 button, which was a button for when something really bad and catastrophic happened. They could just press this button and all the nuclear pins would fit inside the reactor and the reaction would completely stop, preventing further damage. And when Dyatlov actually pressed this button, what the Soviet Union had hid from him was that when pressing this button, there was a problem with the nuclear reactor pins of the core that would actually create an even greater reaction and explode the whole station. That was what happened.
The responsible for the nuclear plant should have had certainty that they were doing the right thing by choosing a different method before they actually did it. By choosing a cheaper manner of doing the same job, they ended up causing a catastrophe. And the next time, instead of just having two levels of workforce working on the job, people should implement a third party that would be responsible for checking the system's functionalities.
So how do we make the world better with critical thinking? 1. It encourages curiosity. It helps us get a deeper understanding of things. 2. It enhances creativity. 3. It reinforces problem-solving ability. Critical thinkers tend to be instinctual problem solvers. 4. Multifaceted practice compromises and cultivates a wide array of disciplines and cognitive talents. 5. It fosters independence. Think for yourself. And 6 is a skill for life.